guys, so sorry I look a mess, but when don't I when I'm filming? But recently I have run into a little problem with Calypso. Okay guys, so this is Calypso. He looks pretty normal, but well, what you guys don't know is that he was almost near death yesterday. As you can see on his foot, there's shed. Yesterday his whole body was like that. Let me just get into a story real quick. So yesterday, I was cleaning the beta tank. I posted the video. So I filmed the video, came back, and I look at Calypso. He's like almost white, and I went to go pick him up, and he was stiff as a board. Now me, I was like freaking out. I was like, oh no, Calypso did not die. Like, he's gotta be here. I picked him up. He was still breathing, but he was very like dry. Like, I picked him up and it was just so dry. Like, it felt like some very rough skin. Without looking anything up, like, I immediately sprung into action and starting misting him down and stuff like that. That wasn't really helping that much, so I went to go look online, like, because this never happened before. I was like, what in the world is going on? So I looked up online, and apparently this is the leading death in crested geckos: dehydration, especially juveniles. And also the shedding, because it prevents the circulation of the blood. So it is the leading death, especially in juveniles, and I didn't know this at all. Like, this is why you need to do research before you get your animals, like, thoroughly, like, cover every topic. Know the leading death so you can prevent it. I already knew metabolic bone disease was a common death in bearded dragons, so that's what I watch out for. But I never knew that there was a type of disease for a crested gecko, because, you know, people really don't talk about crested geckos as much. I mist his tank down every morning and night, so I figured that he would be fine, but they do have trouble shedding even when you do moist it down. So I'm here to basically tell you guys what to do if this happens to your crested gecko, and basically just to inform you guys, if you have one, to watch out, because this can happen. I'm just going to show you guys how to properly take off the shed. Hopefully after that they'll be able to do that on their own, because that's what Calypso's doing. I got most of his body and stuff. He's working on his legs, because if you don't do this and you don't fix this problem, it could either result in death or they could lose their limbs, and we don't want that. So let's get to the video. Okay guys, so if you're wondering what to look for when a crested gecko is not properly shedding, normally they would be almost completely white, like it's like a white overlay on their skin, so they'll be really white. When you pick them up, they'll be dry and kind of stiff. Usually crested geckos are very good at hanging on to things. As you can see, if I have Calypso, he's not usually as good as holding on as he would normally. See, he's slipping. That's because the bottom of his feet have not shed yet. So if you're wondering how I fixed Calypso, this is what I did. I took a cup, a Tupperware cup, and then I put warm water in it, lukewarm water, and then I put a paper towel in it, just like this, so it's not too high and it's not too low. And then what I did with Calypso is I put him in this container and covered it, but I made sure there were holes at the top so he could breathe. For about 20 minutes, I left him in there. After that, I took him out, and he was more hydrated. His color was starting to come back. What they say is that you could actually wait till the skin dries up again, and then start picking it off for them. So what you can do is find a piece where he's shedding. So for me, Calypso is shedding right here now on his leg. And what you can do is pick it off. It's much easier with the tweezers, but I'm using my nails right now. So a better example is, see his hand? He's shedding there. You just really want to work with them too, like they're going to be very antsy. But just like that, and then you would do that to wherever that they have not shed. So after picking off most of their skin, you can actually put them back in their cage, and they will hopefully pick the rest of themselves off. That's what Calypso started doing. Before I couldn't even get to his hands, but now it's peeling off more towards his hands where I can pick it off for him, or they'll eventually start picking it off themselves. So this is just in case your crested gecko is not shedding at all and they cannot get their shed off themselves. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this was helpful. So see you in the next video. Sorry about this lisp. I was like